Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, Football Club Barcelona Nation. We won the game, an incredible comeback. It could have been 5-4 against us and it was the other way around in the last minutes of the game. A historic game indeed. The mentality of this team is just something else. From 4-2 down, everybody knew we had lost the game. Lots of mistakes, but in the end we found a way to get the 3 points. Benfica really came to defend their 3-1 lead in the second half, and we came to show the world that we can rise immediately. Even Flick admitted he was happy with the point. He could have been happy with the point at 4-4, but how much joy was it to see Rafinha seal it? So we will try to analyze that game. It was all dramatic and tactically speaking, the data and all the analysis will just be based on what we saw in the game. And as you can see, this is going to be tough to analyze. I could only get this data. 4-4 in the 90th minute, 4 minutes added, 44 seconds, and we would have dropped to the 4th place at the end of this game. Anyway, coming back to the game, we fought for the 3 points. We can criticize the team for how they played in the first half. Chesney in particular, let's just call it as it is, but you can even praise the team more for their mentality. What else can we say? You need to rewatch the game, but let's just try to analyze what we saw. Coming to the lineup, I'm very annoyed we didn't get 11 out of 11, and the only reason for that was Chesney. It did not work out and we don't know what would have happened if Iñaki was the case, but we will leave it at that. 10 out of 11 for the predictions, and it's still the reason we won the game. And lessons learned: Chesney in goal, Koundé, Arau, Kubasi and Balde in the backline, Pedri, Casado and Gavi in the midfield, and up front, Rafinha, Yamal and Lewandowski. We started the game in the worst form. 1 minute in, our whole system was breached. A long ball on the wing, then low cross into the box, and it was 1-0 away from home in a difficult stadium. 5 minutes later, Yamal loses the ball. A second counter attack on us. We could have been 2-0 down. We really struggled with keeping possession on and off the ball, and everything was not working for us. But in the 11th minute, Balde is fouled in the box. VR had to be involved in the decision. A foul and a penalty was awarded. It was a foul in the box. Lewandowski stepped up, a little jump, looking straight at the goalkeeper to make the first move. Very tense situation, but Lewandowski draws it level, and there was hope early in the game, conceding but then tying the game almost immediately. A flying shot, which was saved by the keeper, and we seemed to be regaining momentum. But in the 21st minute, things started going backwards for us. What can I say? Our offside trap was trapped. A long ball from the middle of their own half. Balde sees it, he comes for the ball, and Chesney also leaves the goalkeeping area. Lack of communication. They're both on full speed. Balde gets the ball, but he didn't realize Chesney was there, and it was a huge collision. Benfica scoring an easy tap-in, and at that moment, we had to be mentally focused on the game. A terrible mistake, and we were again on the chasing side. I mean, another goalkeeping mistake. Chesney comes for the ball, and I don't know whether this is a foul or not. I don't know whether it deserved being a penalty. It was given though, 3-1 down, and we were chasing the game again. Rafinha would have made it 3-2. He did, but we'll come to that. A great cross by Lewandowski, I think, and he just failed to connect the ball to the target. A nice attempt. He tries to take it to the bottom corner, but misses the opportunity. Pedri was looking to try something. He chips the ball to Koundé. A good opportunity, and I can say we struggled to convert our chances in the first half. And with the game at 3-1, it was all wrong on our side. They kept breaching our high line. Our defenders had to make efforts to regain the ball, avoid giving them chances and prevent more damage to us. 2 keeper mistakes, and before you could think, it was 3-2. A goalkeeping mistake from Benfica. They try to play it from the back. The long ball goes straight into Rafinha's head and direct to the goal. It was all drama. A lucky goal to make it only 1 goal deficit, but the luck traveled to them as well. A more deserved luck, I can say. Arau with an own goal. They kept the pressure on us, and maybe he was nervous, and that's the story of the game. It was 4-2 in the second half. Di Maria came in, so it was mountains to climb for us, and I think that was when we immediately turned to mountain climbers. Yamal is fouled in the box. A second penalty was awarded to us. Lewandowski steps up, and he makes it 4-3. A strong penalty again this time, no chance at all for the keeper. And Eric Garcia came in. Pedri made a very nice cross to find him into the box. A bullet header, and it was 4-4. I don't know who was still seated watching this game. I could not believe it, but I was happy with the point after so much suffering. That's how fast the game was. I only got these highlights for my memory. It's 4-4 on the 90th and 4 minutes added time with 44 seconds. And just pause and think of how this game was. A free kick for them. I think they were screaming for a penalty. Chesney clears. Ferran clears the ball. And this was not just a clearance, it was a perfect assist for Rafinha, setting him on the counter-attack. One more chance for us. Rafa against two defenders and the keeper. To be honest, I just saw him celebrating, and then my mind processed the ball inside the net. I think 4 seconds later, VAR had to check everything and the goal stood. It's 4-5 from 4-2 down. Tensions off the pitch. Red card was given to Benfica. Their coach turned the stadium to a dressing room. He was absolutely screaming to the players. We also had some fight in the tunnel. The police had to intervene. Crazy game indeed. A comeback, 3 points, and a massive win to take us to the top 8. What more can we say? We can only watch the game back and see the shock for the second, third, or maybe fourth time. I don't know. What a game. So Flick spoke about the game. I'll briefly go into that. So he was asked, how have you lived this crazy second half? The nerves to play with 3 center backs. So he said, it was a crazy game. Benfica did well in the first half, but we also make lots of mistakes. We didn't defend very good and 3-1 against us. But then in the second half, we said we need better positioning and we want to come back. So we needed to change something. This is the best thing, the mentality, how they believed in themselves. And I was really happy with 1 point. But at the end, we got 3. Of course, it's much better. We invest a lot in the second half. We had more chances, and I really agree with that. And then he was asked, what does it mean for the happy ending of this crazy game and the mistakes, say for us to go ahead in this competition? So basically he was being asked whether it was a happy ending or we were struggling because of our mistakes. So he said we need time to train. You can see there's no option to train things in the 2 days, 1 day. We need recoveries to get the energy and to be fit for the match day. Next question, he was asked, how will this win benefit the confidence for us for the future, and what do you think about Chesney's performance? So he said he made some mistakes, but every player in the end, in the first half, all the players made mistakes. I don't speak about performance of a player, not in this situation. He also saves in the second half, a big chance indeed for Benfica. We win together and we lose together. He said he's happy for the team, the fans, for the club. At least now we have good memories from Lisbon. Then whether Chesney will always be in the Champions League or Iñaki Peña, this is what Flick said. We analyze everything. Iñaki is doing good in the past, and it is not about against him. It's a decision for the team. And then his opinion about the last minute of the game, Benfica penalty, and whether we were surprised with Benfica on the first half. So he said, surprise? No. I was surprised how we played. We get no pressure on the ball. They did really good. They're one of the best teams in transition. The coach also did a great job. And the last situation, I don't know. I haven't seen it. We have to trust the VAR. It's like what it is. They decide it against Benfica. And for us, sometimes it's for your team and sometimes against. So it's just like that. Next, do you think that this is the most extraordinary victory of your career as a coach? The mistakes and then winning the game. So Flick said, I'm living now, not in the past or future. It was a crazy and amazing in the end. This team surprised us in the season, in the first half in a negative way and in the second half in a positive way. Then now a hard question. The tactical difficulties we had. We had to face a line of 5 and whether we were comfortable with this. So Flick said, we played with 3 in the back, 2 strikers inside, that was Ferran and Lewandowski. They were all inverted, so we were looking for inverted crosses. It was a good performance, the mentality, creating chances, and everyone was in the right position. And next, he was asked, is it better to analyze the mistakes or even the celebrations will be more difficult? So he said, It's important we speak about this and we need to make it better. We'll train this and make tactical things in the meeting. So tactically speaking, I don't have any clue about this game. Then another question, you won the Champions League in this stadium. Now this crazy victory. He said, I don't know, maybe I love Lisbon. I have good connection with Benfica and the atmosphere is unbelievable. I love the culture. I don't know, it's just like that. Then he was asked about Pedri. He was one of the best players in the pitch. However, the mistakes he did. So Flick said, he had some mistakes in the first half, but he came back in the second half. He always creates the right spaces for the other players. And once the ball, he sees where he wants to pass. And if you go back and watch that game, you'll realize Pedri is the best midfielder in the world. Lastly, he was asked about the controversy of Eric, whether we expect him to leave, what we saw from his performance. So Flick said he can play different positions and is one of the best offensive players in heading, good mentality and an important player. So that will wrap up the match preview. I can only advise you to go and watch the game and we need to move away from that. We won, yes, but let's just forget it and go to the next game. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.